Alright, I'm going to do my alternator wiring now. The connector right here is a little brown wire going into the back of the alternator. It is the like exciter wire for it. These alternators and I guess the generation before it on the big block, it needs a 12 volt ignition, but factory it runs through the charge light and then do the alternator. So it can't see exactly 12 volts. It needs a resistor. It needs a light bulb in it. Here's my factory, like from the truck going into it. I have my alternator in my harness. Right there. So I need to make the two connections, but if I connect this wire straight into that one, without like the light bulb or the resistor, it'll burn that alternator up. So I've got some resistors here. It's like 570 ohm, 470 ohm resistor. I got some extras. I bought a pack of 100. I bought it like a couple years ago when I was doing another alternator. Same deal where I needed a resistor. And it was like buy one for $1 or buy 100 of them for like $4. So I got some extras here. Somebody needs one to make a good deal on it. So I gotta just basically put that in line in between the two brown wires with the connectors. I'll show you how I connect it up. It's decently easy. Okay, I'll kind of show you how I end up putting this together. I took the long end of this and I basically folded into thirds to where it's like that. I don't know if you can see that, it might be fuzzy. But that way it goes right into like a red connector right there. And then I look at the heat shrink part of it and I put it about halfway on the resistor body. Take that little guy out of there. Oh, razor blade's getting a little dull. There we go. So it's like that. I'll do the same thing, which I'll fold it into thirds. Now, the reason I fold it into thirds is just so there's more. This part's like thicker in order for the red heat shrink to grab onto. Like that. Perfect. So then I'll throw this in there. That'll work. What's this one look like? Yeah, about like that. There's a little bit in the middle hanging over, but I want the heat shrink part to basically wrap around the resistor part to keep it from like bending so bad. So let me get the pliers connect this one. And this one. Will I go in more? Could have sworn I went in more. Maybe not. And then I'll heat shrink this middle part right here, and it should kind of keep it from being so flimsy. I will also take the regular heat shrink tubing and go over the whole thing after I get it on the wire and everything, just to kind of help strengthen it up a little bit more. Like that. That way it's not quite so like brittle, I guess, flexible. So once that cools down a little bit, that'll be I won't say nice and strong, but nice and strong. The hard part's gonna be getting this thick wire to go into the little red heat shrink connector. Never mind, that was pretty easy. I gotta get the heat shrink tubing on this wire first. I also need to cut it to length. I usually give her about, I don't know, 1/2 inch overhang on each side. It's kind of double heat shrunk anyway, so it's not that big a deal. Make sure my wire's in there all the way before I crimp it. That would be detrimental. And there we go. Resistors wired in. Let me heat shrink those. Slide the heat shrink over it and get it all together, I guess. And that's it. Leave it kind of straight for now until it cools down, and hide it in the loom. Alright, still showing a little bit low on the dipstick oil. So since this is a new build, I'm going to put a little bit of this BG MOA, some engine oil supplement in the engine oil. I'm not really one on supplements, like I don't use them a lot or anything like that, but this stuff seems to work pretty good. We've put it in customers' cars before, and actually dealerships, some of the dealerships around here actually use it too sometimes. So it seems to be pretty good. This is about the only stuff I'll ever put in anything. I actually have like a fuel system cleaner too, and we've used that on several cars. Where they start getting dirty injectors and stuff and really need to tune up, put some of the fuel system treatment in it, and seems to cure a lot of them, or at least it helps all of them and cures a pretty big majority of them too. It's like kind of stringy, but not really. It's just like a big friction modifier. It seems to work pretty good. Let that drain. Also figured might as well put some coolant in it, since I'm waiting on a paycheck in order to get the Holly software and all this stuff I actually just had sitting around, so it doesn't cost me anything. I wonder if the petcock's in this radiator. Does this have one? I guess we'll find out if it starts pouring on the ground. And it's pouring on the ground. Somewhere. Where's it at? Ah, yep. Oh, man. Whoa. There's not even one in it. Let me run and get a plug somewhere. Ugh. We got one finger over the hole of the radiator and another one in my box of plugs, trying to find a plastic plug for the. Is this one gonna work? Aha! All right, now to find a petcock from somewhere. All right, there it is. I'm pretty sure that's an 1/8 inch pipe fitting into that older radiator. So I got one here. I'm gonna have to try it. My other radiator over here, the petcock is like way bigger. Like that looks like it's way too big. Yeah, that looks like a 3/8 hole or something. It's a lot bigger than that other one. Let's put that in there so I don't lose it. And then in my fittings up here, nope, there it is. I got a petcock, but it's the same size as the one that's in the radiator. It's like a bigger fitting. I don't have anything else. I just got a 1/8 inch pipe plug. So I'll try and stick that in. I'm pretty sure that's the right size, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw some thread sealant on it and try and jam her in there. Dang, I should have filled it with water first. That would have saved a headache and a bunch of money. All right, filling the radiator, take 2. Now that I've lost almost a whole gallon, let me go get some water. Dang it. Now where's it coming from? Alright. It's coming out of that hole right there in the block. Well, it's supposed to be there. That threaded hole. So let me get a pipe plug and plug that. See if there's one on the other side. It looks like there's one on that side too. We'll see what happens. At least I think it's that. Yeah, it looks like that. Take 3. I don't hear anything. I can't tell if it's leaking anywhere else because coolant is all over my floor. Let me throw another ½ gallon of coolant and another ½ gallon of water. Let's see what we got. do some water. All right, it's not full, but I'm going to mop and clean underneath the truck and make sure it don't leak anymore. God, I've never spilled that much coolant putting coolant into a motor. Now for some water. I don't remember what concentration I was putting in this. If I ended up putting like antifreeze, then water, then antifreeze, or just straight antifreeze concentrate when I was doing it. I don't really remember. It was about a gallon of whatever it was ended up on my floor. So I'm gonna err on the side of, I'm gonna put water in it. It's got some antifreeze in it, so I mean if it's real weak or low concentration, I guess, but I don't remember. I'm gonna put water in it. It's already got, I could see it down on the bottom of it, and got a bunch of, you know, deposits and everything in it. But I think it was just straight concentrate. Usually I buy the concentrate, so it was probably just concentrate. Why am I hearing? Oh no! What's that? Oh, it's coming out of a port in the head. Right there. Oh, I thought it was a head gasket. Scared the hell out of me. Alright, time to put this sensor back in. If it's a one wire, I'm pretty sure it came out of the head wherever it's leaking at, but I don't remember ever. There's no wire or anything connecting to it, like for the harness. So I don't know if it's for a gauge. I don't know. This truck had, it's like the ECM. It's like they use gauges for everything and not the ECM. I don't know what I'm saying. It was like they had the temp gauge for the ECMs over here. So they have a temp gauge here, and then, or a temp sender there, and then a temp sender there also. And it's like a redundant thing. I don't get it. So I'm just gonna use it like a plug for now, and maybe I'll put a gauge up to it or something, or use my factory gauge. I like to use my factory gauge. Put a sender in here. All right, now I gotta check the other side and make sure there's a plug in that head. All right, let's try this again. I'm just gonna do water. I had like 20 bucks in antifreeze go all over my floor trying to fill this damn thing up, so. I don't hear anything. Alright. Alright, put 2 gallons of water in it. Now it's time for some more antifreeze. It just keeps drinking it, but it's not on the ground. So. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. All right. Good enough for now. All right, got my drive shaft back from the shop. Got her shortened up, welded. So I just need to throw a little bit of paint on it. So I'm gonna paint it in my paint booth over there. There we go. Yeah. Oh, we're good. Keep overspray from getting all over my floor. Alright, drive shaft's back together. Got it locked in phase. There. Grease that joint. This one don't have a joint or a grease fitting on it. And I grease that one. That one I can't do until I get it on the truck. So it's ready to go on. Tight enough. The carry bearing will ride. Alright, here's the stock fan shroud. I think this is the one off this truck. I don't know. Okay, yeah. I think this is it. Hopefully it works. I mean, it should work, but I mean, like the clips down at the bottom. Oh man, this is not wanting to go. I don't know if I'm able to get this on with the AC compressor on there. It's just 4 bolts, but it's not want to go past it. Okay. Oh yeah, we're just gouging into the fins. Oh no. Now I need to get past the water pump. Oh yeah, that's just... Alright, I snaked it past the... About walked up AC compressor. But gouging into the fins of the radiator right there. Still can't get past these water pump studs. So I'm gonna keep trying to snake it in somehow. And I know it's usually like, oh, you gotta put the fan on the same time as the shroud, but I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get the shroud on first. then worry about the fan. I wonder if I pull them studs out of that water pump. That's gonna suck if I gotta do that though. I wonder if I can get it in upside down and just the heater hoses in. Oh. Ta-da, it's in upside down. Ooh. Maybe if I pull the front bolts out, I'll be able to lean the radiator back. Yeah, I might do that. Because it's kind of bound up in there. Oh, now I'm really bound up. I think I can lift it up. Oh! Now, how am I going to get a fan on there? Please tell me it'll just... Oh, maybe I could slide the fan in like that. No, that might work. We'll see. When it comes to fans, I got options. So I think I'm just going to put the one with the most blades on it. It actually looks a little bigger too. I don't know what that's off of, but they all look like the same. That actually looks like might spin in a different direction there. Oh wait, maybe this one does. Maybe it's this one. No, I don't know. Those two look to me like they're opposite directions. And these two look like they're opposite directions. Oh no. I still think I'm gonna put this one on. I think this is off of that 2000 or 99 or whatever it is. So it's off of that front accessory drive. So I think this is the correct direction that it's supposed to spin. I guess I'll find out if it overheats going down the highway. See if I can fish this big boy down in there. Oh yeah, goes in smooth as butter. As smooth as crunchy peanut butter. Come on. I'm going to snug one of the bolts on the water pump and then put my shroud and everything back on and make sure that the fan ain't hitting this. It might be too big or might not work. See if this fan hits anything. Oh yeah, just cram it right into it. The radiator's in there solid, but boy, this fan is... hitting on the bottom real hard. took the top 2 bolts out. With them out, the fan shroud slid down, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch, maybe something like that. And if I hold it there, still spinning. Quiet as a mouse. It's got like, I mean, it's centered. It's on there nice. So what I think I'm gonna do is just re-drill it through this plastic up here, right at the top, and put 2 new holes up here and bolt it in like that. It's solid. Like in the bottom too, it snapped in real good, and it ain't moving. So I don't know what it is. If this is different, if this is a small block shroud, I don't know. It had a small block in it, but it was originally a big block truck, but then this is a different serpentine belt system and hot rod stuff. So easy enough though. I think I just need to drill out this a little bit, that a little bit, and we should be good to go as far as that. You know, once you stick it down in there, it's got plenty of clearance. I mean, it's supposed to be, you know, pretty tight tolerances to not have a bunch of dead airspace, but I think it's gonna work real good. Oh yeah, money in the bank. Here's a view from the top side. There, it's real close. You can barely get your finger in between them, but yeah, don't hit nothing. So it's gonna work good as far as airflow. I need to put a belt on this thing now, and it's gonna be tough. I was looking for a belt routing diagram on this truck. That's not going to have that. I'm trying to put it on. I might have to do some Googling. Can't get my hand in there. Alright, looks pretty good. Alright, first time hooking up the HP tuners to the truck. I don't really know what's going on. I had to actually change a pin here. My CAN wire off of my junkyard OBD2, well, one of them, it didn't have a pin 2. Well, I mean, it has a pin 2, but it was blank. So I guess I put it in the wrong pin. Put it in the CAN wire into pin 2. Now it's reading. So I'm gonna see what happens. I don't know. I've never done this before with the tuner. All right. I changed it, I think. I'm not sure. All I did on the tune, I didn't touch anything on the tune. All I did was went to the system and disabled the VATs, and then I tried to write it to the vehicle. I'm not sure if it worked or not. I got a bunch of warnings saying it couldn't be undone, so I think I licensed it. I'm not sure, so let's try it and cross our fingers. Yes! Oh my God. It worked. It worked. Obviously I mean, it runs all right, but half of the sensors are disconnected, so it's kind of like deaf, dumb, and blind. But it runs. It runs. I got it, I don't want to say tuned, but I figured out the licensing and everything, and I never done that with this Holley stuff, so I was really nervous because I've done stuff for like big trucks like Cummins and stuff, and if you're not careful with some of that stuff, I've actually wiped a couple ECMs before, and that was terrible. And my boss has done several, so I was real worried about messing it up. Oh man, that feels good. That feels really good to get this thing running. Man, I have been procrastinating on that HP Tuners software. I bought it like 2 weeks ago, and I licensed it like a few days after that, and I've just been nervous and just procrastinating on doing that. I don't know why. It's one of those deals where I don't want to say I had a bad taste in my mouth, but I was just really nervous about doing it. Like I said, I'd done stuff with Cummins, like factory stuff with bigger trucks, but I've had stuff go wrong, and my boss had stuff go wrong, and I didn't want to mess it up on this, and it feels good to get it running, man. Alright, that's it for this video, and man, it is a big motivator when you can finally hear a project fire for the first time, especially when you've been working on it for a long time like I have. I don't get to commit a whole bunch of time to this. That's why everything's just so spread out on this truck, because I'm busy on my house, with the kids, work, everything else, life just gets in the way. So it's been a long time working on this truck, so when you finally get to hear it run, man, it's nice. It's a nice feeling. So we got that going. That's really a big motivator. The next video is going to be more finishing up a bunch of stuff on the truck. My goal for this truck is to, I want to say daily driver it, but at least tool back and forth to work and stuff. So that's my goal with this truck. And then I want to get it running, and then how it's kind of a rusty pile of crap right now, I'd like to get it running and then slowly, just like one day at a time almost, make it into a decently nice truck. That's my end up goal, but I need to get it running first and get it driving. So there's that. Like I said, the next video is going to be more work on it, but man, it's really nice to finally get it running. Whew, man, it's a good one. All right, so you got to pick up a wrench so you can put the hammer down. Thanks. Whoa, about fell. Nice and straight. Wow, it's hot, 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 hot. Get out of there. Oh, I can't get my creeper in there. Still warm, still warm. All right, got my drive shaft back from the shop. Maybe I did, I don't know. If only I had a light. Whatever those things are. Now time to put, oh. I need to put a belt on it. There's not a lot of room in here.